Have you ever wanted to play an instrument but had no idea where to even begin? Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down the exact step-by-step guide to teaching yourself, no teacher needed. Let's dive right in.
You know that feeling when you hear a song you love and just wish, man, I wish I could play that? Well, I've got good news for you. You totally can. It's not about having some kind of magic talent. It's really just about having a smart plan and sticking with it. Okay, so every musical journey starts with that initial spark of inspiration. But turning that spark into actual music, that all comes down to the first few choices you make. Let's talk about how to get started on the right foot. So before you even pick up an instrument, you need a clear target. Start with the music you actually love. That's going to be your biggest motivation. Then, instead of a vague goal like, I want to get good, pick something super specific, like learning the first riff of a song you like. And you know what? Write it down. It just makes it feel more real. And consistency is your secret weapon here. 20 minutes of focused practice every day is way, way better than cramming for a few hours once a week. So what instrument should you pick? Things like an acoustic guitar, a ukulele, or a keyboard are all fantastic starting points. A keyboard is especially cool because you can literally see all the notes laid out right in front of you. But here's the most important thing. You have to find what's right for you. Think about your budget, how much space you have, and how loud it is. At the end of the day, the best instrument is the one that plays the music you're excited about. All right, you've picked your instrument. Awesome. Now it's time to learn the language it speaks. This part is the foundation that's going to support everything you play from here on out. Okay, don't let the words music theory scare you off. Seriously. Just think of it like the grammar of music. It's just the set of rules that explains why some notes and chords sound good together. You don't need to become an expert, but learning just the basics, like the note names from A to G, will make things click so much faster. And check this out. Here's a perfect example of how a tiny bit of theory can change everything. If you just understand the difference between a major scale and a minor scale, you suddenly have the power to create a mood. A major scale is what gives you that bright, happy, upbeat vibe. And a minor scale, that tends to sound more serious, sad, or dramatic. It's like a cheat code for a song's emotion. Since you're going to be your own teacher, you need to build a really great toolkit. And don't just rely on one thing. Mix it up. Use a book for a solid foundation, watch videos to actually see how it's done, find an app that gives you instant feedback, and look up tabs for your favorite songs. And hey, if you ever get stuck, online forums are full of people who are happy to help out. So you've got your instrument, you've got your learning tools. Now for the fun part, forging your skills. This is where the real work gets done. So let's make sure every single minute of your practice time really counts. Where you practice makes a huge difference. Try to find a dedicated spot where you can focus without getting interrupted. Make sure it's comfortable with good lighting and a decent chair. And here's a pro tip. Keep your instrument out on a stand. If you can see it, you're just way more likely to pick it up and play. Practicing smart is just as crucial as practicing hard. Good technique isn't just for pros. It helps you sound better, and it prevents you from getting hurt. So always stretch a little first. Keep your back straight. Use a light touch, not a death grip. And if anything starts to hurt, stop and check your posture. The golden rule? You have to learn to play it slow before you can play it fast. Getting it right slowly is the quickest path to getting it right at full speed. Let me introduce you to your new best friend, the metronome. This little tool is your secret weapon for developing a rock-solid sense of rhythm. It just makes a steady click, and your job is to play right on time with it. It might feel a little robotic at first, but trust me, using one will make your playing sound so much more polished and professional. You can find tons of free metronome apps right on your phone. Okay, here's a question that can feel a little intimidating, but it's one of the absolute best tools you have for improving. What do you actually sound like when you play? The answer is record yourself. I'm serious. Just use your phone. When you listen back, you will hear things like timing issues or wrong notes that your brain totally filters out while you're focused on playing. And if you shoot a video, you can even check your posture. Plus, saving these recordings is the best motivation ever. A few months from now, listen back to your first one. You'll be blown away by how far you've come. So we've covered the setup, the theory, and the practice. But how do you keep going when things get tough? This last part is all about the payoff, staying motivated and finding the confidence to actually share your music. Playing an instrument isn't just about what your fingers are doing. It's about training your ears. Learning how to listen actively is a skill you can build right alongside your playing, and it will unlock a whole new level of musicianship. So how do you train your ear?
Well, you can start by humming a simple melody and then trying to hunt for those notes on your instrument. When you're listening to your favorite songs, really pay attention. Tap your foot to the beat. Try to just focus on what the bass is doing. This is how you develop the skill of playing by ear, which is basically the superpower of figuring out songs just by listening to.
I'm gonna be real with you. Every single musician hits a plateau. It's that frustrating point where you just feel like you're not getting any better. This is completely normal. When it happens, maybe step away from whatever you're stuck on and just learn something new for fun. The most important thing is to be patient with yourself. Remember, this is a lifelong journey, not a race to the finish line. Now, this can feel like a huge, scary step, but sharing your music is one of the most rewarding parts of this whole thing. It gives all that practice a purpose, and it builds your confidence like nothing else.
And look, you don't have to go play for a giant crowd. Start small. Your first performance could just be learning one song all the way through and playing it for a family member, or maybe recording a quick video and sending it to a friend. The act of performing, even for one person, forces you to see a song through to the end. And trust me, every time you do it, it gets less scary and a whole lot more fun.
So, there you have it. The roadmap is in your hands. You've got the tools, the techniques, and the strategy. Your musical journey is officially ready to begin. So the only question left is, what song are you going to learn first?